Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. We called us a nice win last night. I know it's just a preseason game, but I'm excited about it. Hopefully, you're excited about it. The Knicks defeat the Washington Wizards 104-99. And we're going to talk about this thing right about now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get this popping. That's the thing. You see RJ Barrett on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. He had a nice night last night, 17 points. Very good debut for a rookie. You know what I mean? Very good debut. He started off a little bit rocky, but he came around in the second half of the game. So we got a lot to talk about, a lot to think about with this game here. You know, there's a few storylines that I want to discuss. You know, a few things that popped out to me that I thought was a little bit peculiar, should I say. Not peculiar. I don't want to say peculiar. Let me not make up stuff. Just a few things that popped out to me, you know, that I want to discuss here today, right? Obviously, RJ Barrett is going to be one of those things that I want to discuss. You know, we're also going to discuss Julius Randle. We're going to discuss the offense, some things that I've seen in the offense. Of course, we know what happened with Mr. Morris. You know what I mean? We're going to discuss that as well. You know, so there's some things to talk about and some things to discuss. The phone lines are back up, so you can call me at 516-405-2246. You can also jump into the whereby, because that's back up and popping as well. All right? So if you want to get in on the discussion, feel free to give me a call or join me in I'm about to say the appearing. It's whereby now. Now it's whereby.com/NBK. All right, so make sure you join me in those things. Big shout out to Terry and Trey. I was hanging out with them a little bit last night. Scott Perry, Steve Mills. I got to meet those guys and talk it up with them for a split second. Try to get Steve Mills to give me a small interview. I said, hey, let me just get a question or two in. He wasn't having it, though. It's all good. It's all good. Big shout out to those guys. Love what they're doing with the Knicks. I think they got the team on the right path. You know what I'm saying? We got some, I think we got a lot of things to be excited about, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure that you agree that we got a lot of things to be excited about. So, folks, if you wanna talk, join me in the appearing. You know what I'm saying? If you got some free time, if you don't got free time, you just want to listen in, then just listen in. We're going to break down some video and take a look at just some things that happened last night. But first, let me just say, let me talk about what I was really impressed with last night. I was really, really impressed with the defense. I thought we played really good defense last night. You know, I thought that, you know, we brought it on the defensive end. I could see the Wizards, man. The Wizards were trying. They were trying to penetrate. But the Knicks wasn't having it. They wasn't just going to let them penetrate at will. They wasn't just going to let them get into the lane. I was excited about that. Because, you know, last year's Knicks would have been a lot different. You know what I mean? Guys would have been penetrating up and down the floor. Last year's Knicks. But it didn't happen this year. Well, let me not say this year yet. It didn't happen last night. Right? Last night, the Knicks played really good defense. To me, they proved to me that they had the ability, if they put their mind to it, to be a good defensive team. Like I said, I want to see these guys be at least a top 15 defensive team in the league. Last night was a good start. We need Marcus Morris to keep his head. But, you know, I guess he sent a message to the league that the Knicks not having it. No matter how much Kevin Durant says it's not cool to be a Knick, the Knicks are not having it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? They're not having it. I thought RJ Barrett played good defensively. I thought that I really thought everyone that came in and really played well defensively. You know what I'm saying? Though everyone played well defensively, even though Mike Hawks, I don't know what you're talking about. Even though Mitchell Robinson, when Mitchell Robinson went out the game, Taj Gibson, he still held it down defensively. You know what I'm saying? So there was some good things. There were some good things. I was a little bit surprised at the rotation that I seen with Kevin Knox playing the 4 instead of playing that 3 spot. And maybe it's because Bobby Portis wasn't there. But Kevin Knox played that 4 spot last night. Played that 4 spot. And he did well defensively from the 4 spot. And you could see, you could see the guys on the floor. You could see the energy. Now, of course, it's the first preseason game of the season. But you could see the energy. Right? You could see them actually making the effort to play defense. And look, when you're out there with guys like Marcus Morris and you got guys in your ear like Taj Gibson and Wayne Ellington, then, you're going to, it's going to resonate. It's going to pick up. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to kind of be forced to play defense. You don't have time. They're not going to allow you to relax. All right, they're not going to allow you to relax. I'm going to let Mark in because I see Mark freaking out. You know what I'm saying? Open the door. Like, Mark, cool out, bro. Can I get a chance to say what's up to the crew? You know what I mean? Can I get a chance to say what's up to the crew? Calm down. Relax a little bit. I'm going to get you, bro. I got you. Trust me, I got you. But yes, I was impressed with the defense last night. Thought we played very well defensively. We held Washington to 99 points. I think they shot 40% or below from the field. I'm going to look at this right now. I am going to run down the box score and those type of things so we could take a look at it. But, just for now, I'll run this down to you. Yes, as soon as I get a chance to pull this up. Again, like I said, the Knicks held the Wizards to 99 points. The Knicks only scored 104 points. After the first half, I thought the Knicks were going to score more than 104 points, but we had a bit of a lapse in that third quarter. Right after Marcus Morris went out, we kind of let them go on a run. After being up double digits, we let them go on a run. We had an 11-point lead after the first quarter. We had a 15-point lead at halftime, and then we let them go on a run. But we brought it back in the fourth quarter. All right, we had as much as an 18-point lead. We held them to 35.1% shooting. They shot 25.5% from 3. We did win the battle of the boards, 55-54. I'll show you these graphics in a second. All right, and only 15 turnovers. Not a bad performance from the Knicks. Right, not a bad performance from the Knicks at all. And look, what I can say is, I do feel as though they, Fizdale, they're listening to Fizdale. Fizdale got these guys working and moving. You know what I'm saying? I was in 200 section, and I was sitting behind the Knicks bench, and I did it purposely because I wanted to be able to see what Coach Fizdale, what those guys were doing. You know what I'm saying? Now I got Mark in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? So he can freak out. He's gonna come in smiling, happy because the Knicks got the win. He's about to lose it. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes right in and says, "Yo, we're going to the chip." You know what I'm saying? You know how Mark goes. You know how Mark does. You know what I'm saying? So let me get Mark over here before I get to the box scores and stuff like that. Right? You know what I mean? So I got to let him get it off his chest. Mark, what's good, man?
Listen, I know you was at the game last night. I just wanted to come here and say, we gonna win the chip.
See?
That's for the Knicks fans. We gonna win a chip because we do that every year. I just want to talk about the rotations. That's all.
Okay.
Just the rotation.
All right. Well, before we even get to that, let me get back to you, man, because I want to go over I'm gonna go over just some of the box scores and some of the numbers real quick. Then I can get back to you with the rotations. We can talk about those rotations.
I love that rotations.
All right. I'm gonna get back to you. We'll talk about those rotations. Let me say what's up to Mike real quick. All right. Mike, what's popping, brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Did you like last night's win? You feel good after
Yes.
last night's win?
Yes, I think we saw a little bit of what Maple Mamba could do.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely did. We saw a little bit of what it can do. You know what I mean? And listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you one thing. And I've said it. I've been saying it, that I think his three-point shooting is going to be better in the NBA than it was in college. And I'm not saying 38, 39%. I'm saying 33, 34%. And why am I saying that? Because he's going to have a lot of wide open shots. And you seen it last night. He had wide open looks. Now, in the first half, he was like 0 for 3. But he knocked a couple of them down in the second half. You know what I'm saying? RJ Barrett is going to get wide open looks. And if he knocks him down, and I think he will, once he gets used to getting these wide open looks, you're going to see his percentage go up from the three-point line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. I like what I seen from RJ Barrett last night. I like what I seen from what I'm gonna tell you what I was impressed with about RJ Barrett last night. I was impressed with the fact that he struggled in the first half. And obviously, this is going to be an exciting time for RJ Barrett, right? Because it's his first professional game. His first NBA game. It's gonna be, he's gonna have some nerves, he's gonna have some energy and all that stuff. He was able to play through it in the first half, relaxed a little bit more in the second half. Randle helped him out a lot. I gotta give it to him. Julius Randle helped him out a lot in that second half. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle, we're gonna talk about him playing some point forward. Before I get to the video breakdown, though, there's some things I want to get to and talk about before we get to the video breakdown. All right, you're looking at the right now. You can see what the matchups look like. All right, the Knicks' biggest lead was 18. The Wizards led by 1 at some point during the game. All right, you see the Knicks shot 41.8% from the field. Hopefully, that's going to get better. It's the first preseason game. You know what I'm saying? When you first get on that field, court, I don't care what anybody says. When you first get on that court in a real live game, you're going to be winded. You're going to be tired. You know what I'm saying? It just happens that way. You're going to be winded and you're going to be tired. So, I'll take that. They shot 42.9% from 3, though. They were 15 for 35 from 3. We'll see if this is a clip that we can sustain all season long. But with the way we have guys who can post, Taj Gibson, he looked good in the post. Julius Randle, he can post. I'm not going to say he looked good in the post last night, but he can post. All right. The Knicks shot 68.4% from the free throw line. We're going to need a better showing than that. All right. The Knicks grabbed 55 rebounds. 8 of them were offensive rebounds. 47 defensive rebounds. The Knicks had 25 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks, and only 15 turnovers. That's not too bad. I still think we can do better than that in the turnover department, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. All right, let's bring this back up here. You see the Knicks had a 27-16 lead in the first quarter. They let the Wizards score. I'm sorry. The Knicks had a 27-16 lead in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, the Knicks scored 30 points. And they had a 4-point lead. They outscored the Wizards by 4 in the second quarter. And they took what? They took a 15-point lead into halftime. After Marcus Morris was ejected from the game, you could see the energy drop. Energy dropped a little bit. That's what Marcus Morris brings. Just his intensity and aggressiveness on the floor makes everybody else follow suit. Once he left the game, the energy dropped. They had to find a way to bring it and pick it back up. And they did. The Knicks were outscored 29-26 in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, the Knicks outscored the Wizards outscored the Knicks 28-21. So, in the second half, the Knicks wavered just a little bit. Of course, Marcus Morris wasn't there, right? Marcus Morris had 17 points in the first half of the game. Got ejected beginning of the third quarter. I'm not even going to show the play where Marcus Morris got ejected. You already seen it. You already know. No reason to harp on it and continue to talk about it. All right, let's take a look at the box score. All right, Marcus Morris, as I said, he had 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Now, he shot 50% on the night. And, I'm going to look at it a little bit later as we break down film. But I will say, Marcus Morris, I've seen Marcus Morris play, but I haven't seen him play in depth. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him play in depth. So, yes, I was pleasantly surprised that he was doing some things off the dribble in the manner that he was. You know what I mean? I definitely was. Running down the box score, as I said, Marcus Morris played 18 minutes. He was ejected in the second half. The beginning of the third quarter, he was ejected for hitting Anderson in the head with the basketball. He had 17 points on 50% shooting, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Julius Randle, I thought Julius Randle was forcing things a bit, just a bit. I think he needs to slow down a little bit and really look at what's available to him, the options that are available to him, but we'll look at that. Julius Randle played 26 minutes. He had 11 points. He was 5 for 12 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. He had 7 rebounds, and he also had 7 assists, and a lot of those assists were to R.J. Barrett. Mitchell Robinson played 28 minutes. He had 5 points. He was 2 for 7 from the field. He did pull up a jumper. All right, I give him, he pulled up a little mid-range shot when he had an opportunity to. He didn't hit it, but that's good. That's okay, as long as he pulled it. Mitchell Robinson also had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and he had 4 blocks. R.J. Barrett, he played 39 minutes. He had 17 points. He shot 46% from the field. In the second half, R.J. Barrett was, got a couple of looks at the rim, some nice drives to the basket in the second half. R.J. Barrett was 2 for 6 from 3 for 33.3%. He was 3 for 5 from the free throw line. He missed them in the first half. Missed a couple in the first half, but he knocked them down when he needed to. 60% from the free throw line. We're going to need him to get better than that. I believe he will and he can. I don't know what it is. A lot of times that free throw line is mental game. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental game there in that free throw line. I think he'll get better. He'll be okay. All right, R.J. Barrett also had 7 rebounds. He had 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Elfrid Payton, he had 5 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals. Frank Ntilikina played the backup point guard position last night. He played 22 minutes. He had 9 points. He was 3 for 10 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. But I'm okay with the fact that he took 10 shots. He's got to start to convert them, but he took 10 shots. He had 5 rebounds. He had 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block. Kevin Knox played well last night, I thought. He had 12 points. He was 5 for 12 from the field for 41.7%, 2 for 6 from 3 for 33.3%. Kevin Knox is making it a goal for himself to shoot 40% from that 3-point line. I don't know. Maybe he watched the show. But he said last night it's his goal to shoot 40% from the free throw line. From the 3-point line. All right, Kevin Knox also had 7 rebounds. He had 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Taj Gibson had 16 points. He shot 55% from the field. He was 2 for 4 from 3. He had 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers. Taj Gibson played 19 minutes. All right, we'll see if that. We're going to see what happens when Bobby Portis comes back. How many minutes will Taj Gibson play when Bobby Portis comes back? We'll find that out. But, You know, if he can give us that kind of production, 16 points, 9 rebounds, that's not going to be every night. You know, but if he's giving us 10 points and 8 to 9 rebounds a game, man, I'm good with that from Taj Gibson. Taj looked young. Now, you can expect that because it's the beginning of the preseason. He had some time to let his body heal, let his body rest. Wayne Ellington played 22 minutes. He had 12 points. He was 4 for 9 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Obviously, he didn't start. R.J. Barrett started. And look, if R.J. Barrett can just knock down the 3, he's going to be the bona fide starter. We got to get him knocking down that 3. Wayne Ellington, you can see he's 3 for 7 from the 3-point line. All right, 42.9%. R.J. Barrett was 2 for 6. You know what? R.J. Barrett's shot isn't broken. He makes just one more of those shots, and he's 3 for 6. You know what I mean? So we'll watch it and see what happens. Alonzo Trier played 7 minutes. He had no points. He had 1 rebound. And I want to talk about that for a minute because that was surprising to me. That was surprising to me that Alonzo Trier only played 7 minutes, and we'll see what happens in the next game. Right? We're going to talk about rotations and things like that. Because now is the time too, right? We went over how many, we're looking at these guys' minutes distribution. David Fizdale played 10 guys last night, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 guys played last night. In the second half, only 9 guys played. So it's like he had a playoff type rotation last night. He had a tight rotation in that first preseason game. Obviously, going throughout the preseason, there's going to be some younger guys that play and get on the floor and all that kind of stuff. But last night, he had a tight rotation. You know what I'm saying? I think, the Knicks wanted to get this win last night. They wanted this win. They wanted to start it off with a win. I feel like they did. So he kept a tight rotation. But here's the thing, right? He kept a tight rotation, and you still got 2 rotation guys. Still got 2 rotation guys that weren't even at the game, that weren't even ready to play. Dennis Smith Jr., Bobby Portis. So the Knicks played 10 guys last night, only 9 in the second half. You still got 2 guys that you expect to be in a rotation that didn't play. The thing starts to get a little bit juicy already, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to these rotations and who's going to get minutes. We're going to go ahead and get to this video chat, talk to these guys a little bit. Want to find out what they think, why do you think Trier didn't get in as we talk about these rotations? All right, because I found it interesting that he didn't. Now, it's not like he played like super well or anything in the first half. So I can't complain and argue about him not playing because it's not like he came in the game and he was just lighting it up and killing things all over the place. You know what I mean? Let's see, man. Let's see. We got Andy in the chat. Of course, Mark is in here. You see Mark. We got Raj joining us. We got Ron Cleveland in the building. You know what I'm saying? Haven't seen Ron Cleveland in a while. Looking dappered up. You know what I'm saying? Looking dapper danned up. Big shout out to my man Ron Cleveland. Chilling. All right, let's get these guys over here and let's talk a little bit. See what's going on, man. I'm going to start off with Ron Cleveland. Ron, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
Man, Sim, man. Hey, what I saw last night is exactly what I wanted to see.
Okay.
Defensive intensity to the max. The rotations was crisp. Even offensively, that ball was moving. A few times I see it get stagnant a little bit, but overall, man, I love what I saw last night. It's exactly what I predicted when I saw that lineup. Well, how when we first made that signing for them guys, man, I said, okay, I see the blueprint. Anybody else didn't have to see it, but we're going back to that '90s beat 'em up basketball. If you ain't on the team, you're gonna get ran over, and that's what I saw last night, and it was evident. And Marcus Morris, man, I already see he's gonna be our MVP. He's gonna be our MVP. His body is infectious on everybody else, man. Everything. I mean, even Frank. I looked at how Frank was playing. It looked just like FIBA Frank. It looked just like FIBA Frank. His ball handling looked better. And what I was interested to see, you know how the past few years when he would come up with the ball, he would be quick to give the ball up. I saw a little bit of that last night, but I saw still at times where he had the ball, and when the guy was pressing him, he wasn't quick to give it up. He still was finding ways to dribble around the guy and stuff. So I'm seeing a lot that I like with Frank. Overall, man, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people this year. Don't be surprised if we make between the 6th to the 8th seed in the playoffs in the East.
Okay.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Now, the one thing I'll say about Frank, when you say he came up and, a couple of times he passed the ball off, but I think part of that is just the sets. You know what I mean? They did.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The Knicks last night got into more sets last night than I've probably seen all last year. They got into a lot of sets last night. There was a lot of structured offense.
Let me get.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna mute Ron. Mark.
There was a lot of structured sets last night. You know what I'm saying? That's good to see. You know what I'm saying? I like to see those structured sets. A lot of structured sets last night. You there, Ron? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. What
Okay.
was that, Sim?
No, I said the Knicks ran a lot of structured sets last night.
Yeah, it looked the offense looked more fluid. It looked more like structured basketball and not just AAU or pickup basketball. Because what I saw last year was a lot of one-on-one. Looked like pickup ball last year.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. A lot of guys were there that you knew weren't going to be there this year. It just our team feel more like a pro team this year.
Right.
Is well tested. Randall gonna be a dog for us, man. That team, the Knicks gonna be scary, man. We're not gonna be playing with people this year, and I love that. And all them people that were so worried about big name free agents. Me personally, man, I'm glad we didn't sacrifice and blow our team up to bring in 2 big stars, and then what you got after that. I'm sick of that. I'm just sick of that, man. We just need to build it the right way. You build through the draft, and you sprinkle in free agents. Free agents shouldn't be the main thing that you're looking at to get you over the top. Them days is gone. And if you look throughout the parity of the league is coming back, every team now got like 2 superstars. That's it. You see 2 superstars, and you got to have a bunch of good role players. And what I see with the Knicks, we got a bunch of good role players, and you got a potential for Randall to either be that guy or even Kevin Knox. I'm interested to see his development with Marcus Morris. I think that's going to be a great benefit to him. And Frank Ntilikina, we'd be a fool not to pick up his option because that kid know how to play the game the right way. Yeah. He's somebody you want on your team.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna get to Mark because I know Mark wants to get in and talk about these rotations. Mark, who's Mark? I'm coming to you, man. I'm coming to you right now so you can get your thing out about these rotations. All right, so Mark.
Okay.
Our starting five.
Yeah.
Elfrid Payton, R.J. Barrett, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. Coming off the bench. I think surprised a lot of people, including myself. Right? Because I expected Fizdale to give Alonzo Trier just the benefit of the doubt. In preseason, I thought he was going to give him the benefit of the doubt to be one of the first guards off the bench. It wasn't. It was Frank Ntilikina, Wayne Ellington, Kevin Knox, Taj Gibson. Those were the first 4 people off the bench. And then Marcus Morris was still in the game for a little while, playing that 3 spot with Kevin Knox playing the 4 spot, Taj Gibson playing the 5. And then Alonzo Trier came in for Marcus Morris, and they went small. I guess Wayne Ellington was at the Wayne Ellington was at the 3. Frank was at the 2, at the 1. Zoe was at the 2. Wayne Ellington at the 3. Kind of. And then you had Kevin Knox at the 4 and Taj Gibson at the 5. That ended up being, a second unit that came in. What do you think about that?
I like what he did because What surprised me a lot is how he had RJ all moving without the ball. He was just one thing I liked about him last night, even when he didn't miss those 4 shots, like you don't worry about him when he's on the court. Like for some reason, like just something about him.
Well, talk to me about the rotations, though. Talk to me about the rotations. Talk to me about the rotations.
Yeah, the rotation is fine. The rotation is fine for me because what he's trying to do right now is he's trying to implement. He's trying to create something so we can start winning games now. It's more about winning games now. So the reason why he started with Frank, because I tell you right now, it's going to be hard taking Frank off if he's playing the way he's playing. It's the defense that he brings that fits light because of the rotation defensively, what he can do with them. I like how he had knocks off the ball. He wasn't sleeping during the game. He was moving off the ball very, 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 very well. Very, very well. He was passing the ball when he didn't have it. And he didn't force up no dump shots at all. He didn't force up anything. I still like how he played Trier in them 7 minutes because every time when Trier was off the ball and he got the ball, he ran like a screen for him to score. So he put him in a position where what he does best, he does it right away. Like he doesn't hold the ball for too long, or he doesn't dribble the ball for too long. He get him right into the action. And
so let me ask you, why didn't Trier play? Why didn't Trier play in the second half?
Why 7 minutes? You had many guards that was playing good. I don't know why. I don't think it's a thing that he just played 7 minutes. I didn't think that he didn't play bad or anything. He just didn't play more minutes.
Okay.
There was a cohesion on the team last night.
Well, I mean, obviously it's not, and I'm sure he's going to get his chance to play in the get his chance to play in the preseason. I'm just wondering if there's anything to it or not.
I think everything with this team is going to be situational. That's how I feel about it. He has so many bodies who he could choose from. Where if one guy is just not going right, or he thinking of something else to put these 2 guys because they look good on the floor together, he's going to do it. I don't think it's because he just played 7 minutes. I didn't think nothing of it because I think when Trey was on the floor, and every time he had the ball, he got right into action. He didn't hold the ball no longer than people didn't like him to hold the ball. I think he was just fine. He just played 7 minutes.
Okay. All right.
But
well, I'm asking because I expected him to be the second shooting guard off the bench, especially since Wayne Ellington's been in the league for a long time and Alonzo Trier is in his second year in the league. I expected, at least in the preseason, that it would have been Alonzo Trier that shooting guard off the bench rather than Wayne Ellington, right?
No.
And so when I seen Wayne Ellington come in, I was like, okay, all right, let me look at this. And then I seen that Trier didn't play in the second half. Made me ask a few more questions. Why? That's all.
Then.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not that because you think Trier, he's trying to make this team competitive. So when the season starts, these teams, right, that we're gonna play like Washington Wizards, he wants the Knicks to dump them. These are the teams we have to get the wins on. So he's trying to make sure he put out a rotation, the 10-man rotation, because that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna put a solid 10-man rotation who he can rely on. Last night was just who he's gonna go forward with when the real games start. So of course you're gonna bring a shooter because Wayne Ellington is a better shooter than Trier. Okay. He's a better shooter.
All right.
Just a better shooter, and we need a shooter coming off the bench.
Well, I'm just asking because a lot of people expected that Trier was going to be one of your main guys getting minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just the first preseason game. You know, so you can't tell anything from there. But
that's what I said.
But like the reason why though it is significant to me is because, like you're saying, he wanted to come out and get a win.
Yeah.
So he played the guys that he thought was going to get him a win. And Trier wasn't necessarily one of those guys in the second half. That's the reason why it kind of sticks out to me a little bit. Because I do feel like he played the guys he wanted to get a win in that first game to really start some things off. And Trier wasn't one of the guys. So it just makes me ask questions.
Yo, but Sim, one thing, I said, let's pray that Mitchell Robinson do not get hurt because we're going to need another center that could shot block. When I mean like shot block. We're going to need one more of them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We're going to need one. We need another guy to back up Mitch at that center as a shot blocker.
I know.
Because if he goes down, oh my God.
Well, I mean, look, yeah. Well, let's see how it plays out. We'll see what's up. Somebody asked what Alonzo Triers plus minus was last night. Alonzo Triers plus minus was 4. Was a positive 4. That was Triers plus minus last night. All right. Andy, I'm going to come to you, man. I want to get your take on the game and how you feel. What you think about Trier and why you think Trier didn't get playing time in the second half. What's going on, Andy? How you feel?
Yo, what's up, Sim? Happy you're joining in on my time of the day that I can join in. That's one. And Sim, how could I start this? I don't want to brag, man, but I predicted this lineup. Also, I said, like I told you, that we need this win more than anything. And Fizz was thinking my way that he just played the guys that wanted to get the W for him, and we got it. So I'm happy about that. I know it's only a preseason game, but we saw in Fizz that, he set up some things that, he wanted to establish for the season. And he was thinking about that win more than anything, man. He didn't play more, like you said, Trier. He didn't play Iggy at any minutes and stuff like that. So he was going playoff mode in preseason game.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I like the rotations. Kevin Knox, he played the 4 spot, and honestly, I think that's his future in the NBA. The 4, I think that's his future in the NBA. What's gonna happen when Bobby Portis comes back? Looking at the rotation last night, there were 10 guys that played, right, and then in the second half, only 9. Now you got 2 guys that's going to be coming back, Dennis Smith Jr., Bobby Portis. What happens to the rotation?
Yeah, well, in preseason, I'm expecting that the next game, we're going to see more of the young guys. Until, after halftime, I think Fizz is going to give the chances. It's not the result is not going to matter for him anymore. He got the W he wanted, and now we're going to have a tight game probably, but he's going to want to see and give a chance for the young guys when the season comes. I think at the beginning, he's going to stick to the guns that he thinks they're going to get the W's for sure. If it's going to be a blowout one way or another, he's going to, implement 1 or 2 guys. And I hope he does it like 1 or 2 guys. He's not going to go like 1 guy from the rotation and 4 guys off the bench, like, from deep from the bench. So at this point, I think Mitch's minutes is going to they're going to go a little bit lower. I think Taj is not going to get that many minutes, and then it depends, how the lineups are going to mesh, what opponent we're going to be playing, against. Because I was, like you said also about Trier, I was surprised that Ellington had so many, even shot attempts. But that guy has a fast trigger, man. I saw him and I knew how he plays, but he had some of those shots where he didn't have the position even. He was like, just catch the ball and didn't even set his feet, and he was, already in the shooting motion. So he has a fast trigger, man, and that's going to be a good thing for the guys to learn from him, and it's going to be useful in many games in the season. Just I think when Fizz would see that Ellington didn't pan out, he would go with Trier a little bit faster. But at the point that it was a close game and we're coming back, and RJ was at the shooting guard. He didn't pull a guy out when he was hot and taking over the game. So I'm also happy about that. He didn't yank a guy for one mistake or something like that.
Yeah, RJ played 39 minutes last night.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was thinking
minutes.
like, okay, he's over 30 now. Okay, so maybe a minute and a 2, and he's gonna go out. But we got like 8 minutes left in the game, and I'm like, man, he's not gonna sit him.
Yeah, he played him 39 minutes last night. But look, I mean, he did it. He does a lot on the floor. One thing I say, a lot of people talk. They talk about RJ's defense, right? He played well defensively. He knows where he's at in his rotations. You know what I mean? He's a well-coached kid. He knows where he is in his rotations. He can think the game defensively. I think that's part of the reason why he was out there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
long.
To be true, I don't see he's not the quickest lateral movement. He doesn't have the quickest lateral movement, but he knows where he should be at least. So he can think it through and then think a little bit faster than the play happens. So he knows when to take a step back instead of on the side. So that's why he has a little bit more defensive IQ than some of the rest of the guys.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised Knox had that steal, man, in the fourth quarter. I was like, oh my god, he caught his hand on the ball, man. And I was like, so happy for him like that.
And look, it doesn't always take blazing speed and all of this stuff to play defense. Sometimes it's just defensive IQ, understanding what your speed is, and knowing I better rotate a little bit sooner because I'm not as fast. You know what I'm saying? And understanding angles and those type of things can really get you by on the defensive side of the floor, man.
Yeah, and the best, I don't know, probably many fans remember the guy because it's not that many years back. The master of that thing was Pablo Prigioni, man. He was an older guy that was playing all those teams, but he was picking the ball from the young cats like if he was like he would be faster than them and stuff like that. But he was playing with his head.
Yeah,
and the setup he had on defense, predicting the lanes, the passing lanes and stuff like that, he was a master of that.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm gonna come over here to Roz. Talk to Roz a little bit. Before I get to Roz, I'm getting ready to come to you. Before I get to you, man, I just want to give a big shout out to people that's in the chat. You know what I mean? Big shout out to you guys in the chat. Thank you for joining me midday. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm helping you get through some of your work day or the tail end of your work day. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post in my community section. And if you're watching on Sportscaster, follow me on Sportscaster as well. If you're on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. All right, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Make sure you subscribe, follow, whatever it is. Retweet it, send it out, share it, all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks with a 104-99 win over the Washington Wizards. They will play the Wizards again this Friday at Madison Square Garden. We'll see. The Wizards, I'm sure the Wizards are going to want to get that win. The Wizards are definitely going to want to get that win. So the Knicks better be ready to step up to the plate and battle. All right, now let's talk to let's go ahead and talk to some of these other guys in the chat. We're going to talk to Roz. All right, and after I talk to Roz, I'm going to get into a little bit of a video breakdown. I want to talk about Julius Randle playing that point forward position, and talk about how he looked playing that point forward position. And we're going to break down some of the things that I seen there, and then I'll get back to the video chat. And I'll take a couple of phone calls, so don't be afraid to call in. 516-405-2246. Not yet. Call in after I do the video breakdown. All right. So let's go ahead and get over here to Roz. We got somebody else jumping into the chat to see who it is. I try to let them in. Doesn't look like they're coming in. But, it's Israel. All right. There we go. That's what's up. But, Roz, I'm coming to you, my man. 1 second. Let me get you unmuted.
Got you.
All right, go ahead, Roz.
What's up, Sam? How was your drive back home from DC?
I'm 20 minutes from DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm 20 minutes from DC, man. It's just going and coming home. I didn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning, so I wasn't able to really get on.
We were all fiending for a video, but then we're like, oh yeah, he got to go back home. So
you know what I'm saying. I wanted to get on last night, but I was like, I'm tired. I just get on in the day. You know what I'm saying.
I feel you. But we got that W. That's all we got to talk about.
That's what it is, baby. We got the W, man. So how you feel about it? Tell me some things you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like.
Well, first of all, first thing I didn't like was the whole Morris thing. It kind of, a part of me was like, okay, we want to be strong, but a part of me was also conscious about how every time we do this type of shenanigans, the first thing that's going to be on ESPN is the Knicks did this, Yeah. So I was happy that we managed to get the W, because the haters will be talking if we didn't get that W.
Right.
It was hard fought. We saw a lot of good things from the team, but at the same time, we saw what I didn't like was there was a lot of loose balls in the air. Like let's say, for example, Mitchell would block somebody, and then there would not be a player on position to get the ball, So we gotta get better at that, at like our standing positions, because I saw a lot of loose balls that it was just like, why nobody's reaching to that,
Yeah, and if I could, I'm gonna say this: if David Fisdale and the staff saw the same thing that you saw, they seen the same thing you seen, I think they'll let them know about it. You know what I'm saying? I think just from what I seen in this preseason game, they're a little more serious than, I mean, there's just more emphasis on these games. Things are more intentional. The offense looked more intentional. You know what I mean? Things are way more serious. I would have liked to seen some of this last season. We didn't. We're seeing it now, and I'm happy. So I believe if he witnessed the same thing and he believes he's seen the same thing, he'll address it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like right now we're running like a West Coast team. Let's make sure we pummel them with a lot of points. And so then later on in the third quarter, we don't have nothing to back on. We lost 2 leads, but at the same time, we kept afloat with once Barrett came in. I mean, our rookie gave us life, because that was that moment that I was just like, okay, DC has good players. They have good young players. They have, I don't know what was the white boy they had. He was throwing threes like crazy. Roy Hoshimura, he's gonna be good. He's looking like a Giannis of the future.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. They
have a young team, but like Andy was saying, we gotta win games against teams like this, teams that are not better than us, that they don't have the structure that we have. With Morris not being on the sidelines for the end of the game, it also gave a lot of opportunities to other people. I mean, Frank, he was 1 for 6, but at the same time, I love his commitment of approaching the field. He also had a lot of good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell Robinson, that's one thing. Mitchell was kind of lost out there in some ways, not every time, but I feel like Mitchell coach should be able to to include Mitchell in a different rotation, because kind of like I feel like Mitchell runs more with those Alonso Triers, with Knox. So for Mitchell, it was kind of different being not being the tallest guy there. I don't know how it's gonna be when we get. Yeah, my dog is.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, she doesn't like when people are passing through.
Yeah,
but Stormy, chill. But man, we look good, man. I'm just so happy we got that W.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And see, the thing with Mitchell, I think, is, right now, offensively, the only thing he can do is run to the rim. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he can post. So you can't use him in the post. The only thing you can really use him for is the screen and roll. That's it. You can't use him for much else. Obviously he can set off-ball screens. So you can use him in the screen and roll. You can use him for off-ball screens. You know what I mean? So, you gotta, and then what's gonna happen, because he doesn't have many things he can do offensively, he hovers around that rim. That's what he's used to. That's what he knows. You know what I'm saying? Because throughout his life so far as a basketball player, he's been a rim runner. So when guys are doing something that maybe is a little bit off script, off of other than what the play was called, he's got to figure out where to be and what to do and where to stand on the floor. That's going to take a little bit of time for him to learn that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Last year, we didn't play anything that structured. You know what I mean? So he could just run to the rim and maybe just kind of stand and see. Now, he's going to have to be able to move to different spots on the floor. It's going to take him time to learn that.
Another thing, I want to disagree with Mark and Andy on regards of Julius Randle, because they were saying that he's not too lateral. He's not good at going to the side. But I think it was the opposite. There was a moment in the third quarter in which he was exhausted because he was just running back and forth. He was making sure that the rookies know that, look, we can't lose this lead. Because that's one thing that I noticed, that like, even though I think we lost the lead by 1 point that you mentioned earlier, but we kept consistent on like, okay, look, guys, we're gonna lose this game. Like, don't wait until you're 10 points down to react to the game. Hey, look, we're losing this lead. So I love the way we came back twice. That proves a lot about a team. You don't want to go through that. Obviously, you just want to face a team and just have the lead the whole time. But it showed that we have guys. Ellington with that 3-point shot. I was upset that Trier wasn't on it, but Ellington was very efficient. Like, don't wait until you're 10 points down.
Go ahead. Somebody has something on in the background. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, Roz. Finish up. All right.
That's me. Nah, but how do you call it now, man? Knicks fans, we look good. It was just amazing. It was an amazing game. It showed how the team is working with each other. It showed the bases. We have 3 different teams. We have the veterans. We have the Knox, the 3 players that we signed last year and we stole from the league. And now we have the young guys. So the young guy, he's taking the role of the baby brother. You know, the baby brother is leading us to. Yeah, he's making us look good in the league, and he has so much future. So I feel like now the things we got to do is keep the guys we have. I mean, if we got to sign Frank to a 6-year, $6 million deal, we got to give it to him because right now we're still paying Noah for a bull crap contract. So if they have to pay the guys, pay the guys. That's what I feel like right now.
Okay.
We have the mantra, we have the blueprint. And that was just one team. We still don't know what the white boy Canadian could prove to us. Iggy, we still gotta know if we gotta trade. I don't know who's going to the G League. If Dotson is going to the G League, Colleen Allen, maybe Iggy himself might go to the G League because we have a lot of players. But the veterans we got, it was not a loss for us. It was basically showing us that they made good executive decisions, and I appreciate all of them for that. So that's about it.
All right. And, we still got a lot of season left, though. You know, we still got a lot of season left. You talked about Julius Randle a little bit, and I want to take a look at Julius Randle and some of the things that he was doing on the offensive side of the floor, right? One of the things that I'm going to say about Julius Randle, I felt like Julius Randle was forcing a little bit last night, and look, I can understand it. You know what I mean? He wants to prove that that he's ready to take this challenge on. I get it. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy task for Julius Randle to take this challenge on. But I felt like last night, he came out with that on his mind a little bit. Wanting to show everybody right now, yes, I can do this. I can be this. I can be the man. And I respect that. I get it. I respect that. He's just got to slow down, let the game come to him. You know what I mean? There were a few times last night I thought, he was forcing a little bit and some of those type of things. But I don't want to start with that. I'm going to start with the positive things that I've seen from Julius Randle. All right. Because I seen a lot of positive things. Obviously, we know what Julius Randle can do in the post. That's no secret, right? It's no secret whatsoever what Julius Randle can do in the post, and how much he's a beast down there. But he also, and David Fisdale said he was going to do it. Julius Randle ran point forward. There was a lot of times that he ran point forward in the game. And I was definitely impressed with Julius Randle running, some point forward. There's some things he still has to learn how to do. If this is going to be a role that he takes on, and he does a lot throughout the season, he's going to have to learn a few things about running that point forward spot, right? But we've seen him be able to get the ball off the glass and go coast to coast. Right, we've seen him show his passing skills. Right, we've seen him show his underrated passing skills. I feel like his passing skills are underrated right now. You know what I mean? Surprised me. Listen, Guillermo, a couple of other people have been saying it, and we got to see it last night. But he does have some passing skills. You know what I mean? And he put a couple of them on display. What he had, 7 assists, I believe it was. Right, 7 assists. A couple of those assists, I'm going to say at least 4 of those assists was to R.J. Barrett. Him and R.J. Barrett seem to have a good, a good chemistry going on right now. But let's take a look. We're going to do a little bit of chalk talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump into chalk talk for a little bit. And we're going to talk about some things that I seen, that I would like these guys to continue to do or work on. All right. So let's first talk about Julius Randle. Julius Randle at point forward. Let's talk about it, and let's take a look at some of the things that Julius Randle did at point forward. All right. Let me get my laser pointer up here. Here we go. All right. So we're going to start off by I believe this first play is Julius Randle just advancing the ball up the floor and getting the bucket himself. And you see Julius Randle right here. This Julius Randle right here with the basketball. Now, some of this footage, ladies and gentlemen, may be a little bit shaky. We recorded it in the stands. You know what I mean? So if the video's a little bit shaky, forgive us. All right, but let's go ahead and let's take a look. See Julius Randle? Boom. He goes to the cup. Layup. And you see right there, Julius Randle is a powerful guy. You know what I'm saying? When Julius Randle gets going, you're not going to stop him. It's like when LeBron gets going to the basket. You're not going to stop LeBron from going to the basket. All right, when Julius Randle gets going. Let's let it roll. Because this is what I want us to look at. You see Julius Randle has the ball right here, out here on the perimeter. Right? And, he's getting a little help here from Marcus Morris. Just jumbling it up here. Kind of a screen, kind of a just get in your way type of thing. Designed, I will say that. But let's look at him go. Julius Randle takes it. Bam. Now look. And this is basketball plays right here. All right. Mitchell Robinson, look, he understands what to do here. He pops out to this little short corner. Maybe he can pop out a little bit more. Right? But then you got R.J. Barrett coming right down the lane, and Julius Randle sees him. Julius Randle's got his head turned. He sees him, and he hits him. Bang. All right. We're going to see again. You see Julius Randle here giving the ball to Kevin Knox. Now, Julius Randle has the ball back here. All right. I know he's out the scene. Like I said, we got some amateur cameramen or camera women, but it's cool. I think they did a really good job. Right. And you're gonna see R.J. Barrett come off a curl, and I love seeing. And this is what I'm talking about when I say more structured offense. R.J. Barrett coming off this curl, boom! He comes off the curl. Randle hits him. R.J. Barrett to the cup and one, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna see it again. Again, that was to R.J. Barrett. So far, you've seen 2 assists to R.J. Barrett from Julius Randle. These guys got ESP. They got a good connection going on. See Randle up the sideline, goes to the cup. Again, he finds R.J. Barrett for the dunk. All right. Now, this is what I want to look at here, because we've seen, and you just seen some of the video where Julius Randle can run some point forward. And you've seen it throughout the game where he did some things where he facilitated the offense a little bit. I don't know if I want to say he facilitated, but he was the passer. He was the passer to the cutter. Okay? He was the passer to the cutter. But here is where Julius Randle is going to have to get a little bit better. Because I thought he was forcing some things. Right? And right here, Julius, he's got to learn to get the ball out quicker. I seen somebody mention it in the chat that Julius Randle's got to learn to get the ball out the post a little bit faster. And you're exactly right. He holds it just a little bit too long. Now, to be fair, maybe he's not good. He's not getting this the first time he's getting this amount of attention. But let's take a look. All right, you see, he's setting the screen right now for R.J. Barrett, and R.J. Barrett is going opposite the screen, right? And so then Julius Randle is going to flare out. R.J. Barrett's going to get him the basketball. Let's take a look. All right, so he flares out. He's got the ball here, right? All right, I wanted to get it in triple threat so it looked good. Okay, so he's got the ball here. He sees the lane. But what he's got to start thinking right now is not just, I'm going to get to the cup. He's got to start thinking about, okay, I got Kevin Knox here. I think that's RJ Barrett or whoever that is. Maybe it's not RJ Barrett, Elfrid Payton. I got Elfrid Payton over in the corner. Right? I got these guys there. He's got to look at that and see it, because you're going to see what happens. Let's play it. Go to the cup, stop it. Now, let's look here. You see, I think this is Anderson, I think his name is. He comes to double. You got a guy here waiting for him at the rim. You got this guy dropped all the way down to defend Mitchell Robinson, so Mitchell Robinson can't get the little bounce pass or, you know, or whatever pass to go to the cup. But look out here, Kevin Knox. This guy's what, 10 feet away from him? I think that's Elfrid Payton, whoever that is over there. I can't see who it is. His defender is 10 feet away from him. This is where Julius Randle's got to learn to take a dribble in hard and get a kick out here or get a kick out here. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be able to see that these guys are open and get it out a little bit quicker, because he's going to be dealing with double and triple teams. The way that he kills the paint, he's a beast in the paint. The way that he's a beast in here, these people, these players are going to be playing off their men like crazy. And they're going to play this paint. He can't force it. He's got to go ahead and kick it out. Kick it out, boom, maybe boom for a three or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And if they recover, then he can come right over here and post Mitchell Robinson to get off the way. He comes right back here to post to get the basketball. You know what I'm saying? But he's got to get the ball out. All right, and you know what I'm saying? He goes up between three people. I'll bring it back one more time. You see, he goes up between three people and loses the basketball. All right. He's got to be able to get that ball up, ladies and gentlemen. Get that ball out. Now you're going to see on this play here, you're going to see kind of similar, but from a different spot on the floor. All right, you're going to see him play a little bit of a game with whomever the guard is. It's kind of small for me, so I can't see Frank Ntilikina. Now you see RJ Barrett looking for him in the post. All right, gets the ball to him in the post. Bam. Now this is where he's got to see. And I'm talking about this now, but I think he learns and did learn during the game. Right? So you see him here. Look at everybody. Head turned, looking at him. Everybody's got their eyes on Randle. Right? Everybody's eyes are on Randle. Here, they're looking at Randle. Looking at Randle. Everybody's eyes are on Randle. So you got Frank. Guess that's Barrett. Open. Kevin Knox over here. And his man got his back to him looking at Randle. Of course, these guys got to relocate. Right? We talked about that before. They got to relocate. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this stuff off the board. Let's let it play. So here goes Randle. He's saying, bang, right about here. Okay, see, they're waiting for him to put the ball on the floor. And then they collapse. So he's got to be able to see, can I get the ball out? Maybe he turns and posts a little bit and kicks it back out. Instead, he's going 100 miles an hour. He's going to spin back. He's going to go to the cup. Spins back, gets it up. Now, it wasn't awful, because when he spun back, and I rewind it, when he spun back, you know, he did clear out space and you know, this guy, there's space here, you know what I'm saying? So this guy's not really going to block the shot, and Randle has this here, you know what I'm saying? But it's still crowded. You got to think about those guys there, you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's one part of his game that, you know, Randle's going to have to learn. And I think he does, because we're going to see on this possession here, right? You see RJ Barrett is here. You see Randle is here. Now, he has a good, clean line of sight to RJ Barrett. He can see, okay, I got Barrett there. I see his man sagging way off. This is RJ Barrett's man right here, sagging way off. I'm going to take a dribble and kick it. It just comes with learning. It just comes with learning. Right? Let's take a look and see what he does. Got the ball. Kicks it. Bang. RJ Barrett knocks it down. You know what I'm saying? He's going to learn how to do these things. He's going to learn how to do these things. Now, that's Julius Randle running point forward and then, playing out of the post. Listen, I didn't show him scoring in the post because you know that he can score in the post. We've seen it already. We did a breakdown of it. But now we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of what things and how things look on the team. All right? Another thing that I liked last night was the ball movement and man movement. As I mentioned earlier, there was a lot more ball movement and man movement with this team. A lot more structure. And you know who that really does benefit, ladies and gentlemen? That benefits Frank Ntilikina. It benefits Frank Ntilikina when when the offense is structured. That's what he's used to doing. Frank is good at setting up guys in the offense and getting people to go where they want to go, where they need to go. And you're going to see in this clip here. I'm going to rewind the clip just a little bit. Right now, you see Frank has the ball here. Wayne Ellington is here. Right on this side of the floor is Zoe. You got Kevin Knox. And then you have Mitchell Robinson. All right. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get my laser pointer up here. All right. So it's Frank Ntilikina here. You got Zoe. You got Knox. You got Mitchell Robinson. A design play to get Wayne Ellington the ball off of a double screen. You can see Wayne Ellington come around here. Frank Ntilikina is perfect for setting guys up with this. Especially now that his handle is a little bit better. Right? He doesn't seem nervous handling the basketball or anything like that. And he's protecting the basketball well. And you're going to see Wayne Ellington come off these two screens, get it to the cup, and score. All right? And you see here, come off the screens, get it to the cup, and there he is, bucket. All right? Now, you're going to see again. You see Frank Ntilikina here. Got the ball here. You see Kevin Knox on the move. Right? And you see Wayne Ellington over here in the corner. These are set plays, ladies and gentlemen. Set plays, set actions. We missed this all last season. It is such a pleasure to see it now because the more they do these things, the better and better and better they're going to get throughout the season. Let's take a look and let's see what happens. In just 1 second, we're going to take a look and see what happens. And here we go. Boom. You see Knox come down. Trier comes up. Now you're going to see Wayne Ellington all the way from across the floor. I'll let you know what happens on that shot in a second because we're going to rewind it and really take a look at that play. All right. Let's bring it back. And I'm going to make this go slow. All right. So clearly, this is a design play. Now, let's take a look. You see Kevin Knox is coming down to the box. At the same time, Zoe is coming up and setting the screen for Frank. He kind of slips the screen a little bit. Slipping that screen allows him to be freed up over here while Frank has the ball here. Just in case this guy might come with Frank, Zoe might be free over here. He slips it and pops out to the three-point area. At the same time, Kevin Knox is setting the screen for Wayne Ellington. This is really who they're looking for, but you got other options. Right? And now, as it goes, you'll see Wayne Ellington coming off the screen. Taj Gibson setting the second screen. And Frank looking for Wayne. He catches the ball in position, ready to shoot, feet ready to go. And what happens? He misses. But that's okay. I'm all right with that miss. He misses. But we seen good action, and he got an open shot. You know what I'm saying? We seen really good action off of that. I like that action. It was man movement and ball movement and off the ball movement. Let's keep it going. We're gonna see here again another nice little play to get Wayne Ellington free. I really do like the way that Fizdale is using Wayne Ellington so far. You know what I'm saying? He's doing some things. Obviously, you know, he watched Detroit, maybe watched Miami, and the way that other teams have used Wayne Ellington. So he's doing some things so that, you know, he can put Wayne Ellington in the best position possible. Damian Dotson, you should pay attention. I'm pretty sure he is, because you will probably be used in the same way. All right, let's take a look at this play here. I'll run it through, and then we'll take a look at it. All right. We'll run it through now. There we go. Look at all the movement. A lot of movement. Let's bring it back. I'm not going to let you know if he hit that shot or not. We're going to bring it back because I want you to see this ball movement and man movement. All right. You see Frank Ntilikina has the ball at the top of the key. And you see, I believe that's R.J. Barrett setting the screen for Taj Gibson. Frank Ntilikina passes the ball to Taj Gibson. He comes down. Maybe he could have set the screen for R.J. Barrett, but he didn't. You know, he kind of goes to the short corner. Now, at the same time that these guys are moving in position over here, you see Kevin Knox coming down. You see Wayne Ellington setting the screen for Kevin Knox. Maybe you get a backdoor to the basket. Taj Gibson, he's good at running this here, right? He's done it with the Chicago Bulls. He used to do it in the triangle with the Chicago Bulls. So he knows what he's doing from this spot to see where guys might come free. All right. As we keep it going forward, you see number 42, who's that? Bertans, whoever it is. He covers Kevin Knox here, right? So, boom, quickly, as this guy goes to help on Kevin Knox, Wayne Ellington is coming to get the handoff from Taj Gibson. Gets the handoff from Taj Gibson, and then he lets it go. He misses. That's okay. No problem with that at all, ladies and gentlemen. I have no problems with him missing the shot. You know what I'm saying? The fact is that we got into the set. Now, this is the last one. No, this is not the last one I'm going to show. Here, you're going to see this right here. I don't think this was scripted. This right here was a little bit more, we just know how to move the basketball. It's a little bit sloppy, but they just know how to move the basketball. Again, when you build the habits, it happens naturally. You don't got to have set plays in order for it to happen. You know, when you build good basketball habits. So we're just gonna let the play go, right? You know, you just see right now. You see the movement. Chair slips the screen, couple of dribbles, penetrates, kicks it out to Frank. Frank to Knox, and you know, Knox is sending that thing home. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, Kevin Knox wants to shoot 40% from the field. He can do it with this team, ladies and gentlemen. You know why he can do it with this team? Because there's going to be a lot of open shots like that for Kevin Knox. Let's see it one more time, man. And like I said, it's a little bit sloppy, but that's okay. You got to expect it to be a little bit sloppy. You know what I'm saying? You got to expect that to be a little bit sloppy. We're going to take it all the way back. All right, now let's go. I'm just going to run it through so you can see it. There we go. Boom. Frank with the cut. And it does look like it's probably a design play. So maybe it is. Frank off the screen from Trier to Knox. Knox jab step. Bang. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's good ball movement. That's good man movement. You know, those are the type of things that I love to see when it comes to basketball. You want to see those things. That's good basketball right there. You know, that's good basketball. Was it perfect like that all night? No, it wasn't perfect like that all night. It didn't have to be perfect like that all night. You know what I mean? It didn't have to be perfect like that all night. But we did enough to see. You know, one of the things that I said is that I wanted to see I wanted to see basketball principles. I wanted to see habits being formed. That's what I saw last night. I saw habits being formed. The Knicks were forming habits. You know what I mean? They were forming habits. Give me a call, ladies and gentlemen, 516-405-2246. I want to know what you thought about the game last night. What you think about the videos that I just showed you. You know, the breakdowns. You know what I mean? The Knicks are forming good basketball habits, and you know, that makes me excited, folks. You know what I mean? Because that means the Knicks are going to play some good basketball. They should play some good basketball. We should be able to enjoy them playing basketball. That was one of the most frustrating things last year, is that it wasn't always good basketball. A lot of times it was bad basketball. You know what I'm saying? Bad basketball. So, Mark, I'm coming to you, Mark. I want to know what you think, man. You know, some of the sets that you've seen out there. And let's stick to the topic, man. Don't go up on a tangent. You know what I'm saying? I know you go, you know, I know you got a lot of things running through your mind. But tell me, what did you think about some of the sets that you've seen on the floor?
I like that they ran up more than he didn't do. So I like that aspect of it. I like the aspect of when players. The thing is, they got to get Chris on their picks a little bit more to create more space for the guys, for other guys.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you see what he's trying to do with this team. And let me ask you a question with the sets. I kind of like Randall when his passing ability is great to me. It's when he's coming down with momentum, not in the post. I don't think he's great enough in the post passing because he looks to score. When he gets in the post, I think when you want him to be a playmaker is when he's coming down the court with pace, coming down with. I don't really think he's good. I don't think he's really that good in the post like passing. He looks to score most times because he forced a lot of stuff. But the sets that he was running for guys, having them come off the screens, that's the thing I already knew he was going to have guys do. So I'm not surprised with it. He just got players that know how to play the game more, and vets that know how to play the game and know how to move and understand where they need to be. Everything was about players where they need to be. And I was surprised with Knox because he did not force that one shot. If he didn't have it, got rid of it. He moved from off his spot. He moved up from his spot to allow another player to come. So it was great last night for me. It was great. I was not surprised with anything but RJ coming off the screens when he couldn't make shots. I just love RJ when he's off the ball, when he's close to the basket, because all his points came from in the paint. Because he's looking to score. He's looking for contact too. I like that about him too. He looks for the contact and don't shy from it. So that's another plus. That's another plus for him becoming a consistent play. You have to be able to get to the basket at least 6 to 8 times a game if you want to be that guy in the league.
Okay.
But I like when he has Randall coming off screens to make a play because you want him to pressure the defense. You don't want him to set up because he's going to look to score and team's going to double him. But from time to time, he can make it out the post, but he looks more to bruise you. He's a bruising player. So
I agree with you. And he's got to learn. He's going to have to learn how to pass out of that post. That's going to be something he's going to have to learn.
Yeah, he's not bad at it, but he goes tunnel because he looks to score first. And I'm not mad at him because, of course, he's stronger than a lot of people. But sometimes you got to be smart enough to just get rid of the ball. It might come back to you because he puts more pressure on the ball when he's coming downhill. Same thing with RJ. A couple of plays where I did not like the ball when he's up top. Get him as close to the basket or let him come off screens. Have him running off screens because he's great at slashing and putting pressure for him to pass. Even that play where he made that pass on the far right-hand side where he came off the baseline and he made that left hand pass to Alfred Payton. He made the 3.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
where that's where he makes those plays. Not when he's coming off the picks because he don't have the dribbling ability and he don't have the quickness yet. The roll as sharp as he wants to. That's just not where he's at right now.
Yeah.
I love when he's moving in. And Fizz was smart to have him in the corners when he's making the threes. But all his shots came from the corners. So it was smart. He put him in position. He put every player in position last night.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job
it.
putting guys in position last night, man. I'm gonna get to
Loved it
Guillermo
last
because I think Guillermo, he's either on his way home to the subway or something like that. I want to make sure he can get in real quick. All right, Guillermo. First of all, man, let me say, big shout out to you, man. Thank you for being at the open practice for us the other day, man. So big shout out to that.
My pleasure, man. It was fun.
So what did you think about the game last night?
Again, guys.
You got your glasses in the mirror, man, instead of your face.
Oh yeah, because I have to kind of like talk like this. Can you hear me like this?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. I was just gonna say, first and foremost, perspective, everybody, right? So, as not me being negative, this is a preseason game. I know we're excited for basketball, but let's just take this all in stride. Were the good things that we saw, yes. Were the negatives that we saw, yes. But again, preseason, let these guys breathe. The wins and the losses don't mean nothing. The points really don't mean nothing. But I did see a few things I like. I couldn't watch the second half because I had to leave work and I had to go to Target and all this other stuff. But there was one play that I was like, I tipped my cap to Fizdale. It was either I want to say it's in the first quarter. I think this was like maybe the first shot Frank shot or made. But if you go back, right, I forgot who was handling the ball. But there was a play where there's a guy in the corner. There's Mitch, I want to say near the point guard or it was near the top. It was near the top of the key, and then Frank was in that area too, right? And it looked like Mitch was gonna set the pick for the guy in the corner, right? And then Frank is kind of following too, and then he goes into like that area where the pick is, and he pops out, catches the ball, and I think he dribbles to the foul line and shoots the shot. And I was looking at that play, and I'm like, that's a very well thought out off ball play, because at any moment, look, if they play too hard on Frank, you could pass to the guy who's cutting on a baseline, and if not, obviously you could reset. But it was such a good play because it got guys in the open. Another thing that Fizdale was doing yesterday, what I realized that he likes to do, he likes to have his ball players, and this is why he likes guys who can take their guys off the dribble. He likes to have ball players who can attract attention to and then make that pass. So you saw many times yesterday, especially when you were talking, Sim, you were doing your analysis, where RJ would get the shot, except for when he was in the corner. I think Taj got stuck and passed him in the corner. He missed a three. But many of the shots that RJ took, or many of the shots that that were taken on the perimeter by a bunch of guys, were like it was like 2 or 3 passes, right? So it would be, say, Randall will dribble a little bit, attract this guy, pass to one guy, and then pass to another guy, and then that guy would shoot the three, right? And I think that what he likes to do, and this is why Randall's so important. If you watch Randall last year, the Pelicans, what he does a lot is that he can draw attention with his dribble, drive to the basket, drive from the wing, attract somebody, and pass it out. Like if you look at that one of the plays that he had with RJ shot the three, even though it wasn't that, he didn't draw the guy that much, but the guy was kind of slagging off of RJ, dribbles a little bit, and then passes to RJ quickly at the top of the key. RJ makes a three. So a lot of things I saw yesterday. Look, I agree with you yesterday. Is a little bit too much ISO at times. The Morris thing, he's doing that purposely to rile up guys, to give them a bully mentality, right? It's a mentality like you want the guys to go from no longer to be humble to now you're being the villain. And I think a lot of these guys on the team, they need to get that villain venom in them, where it's like, I'm gonna fight when I need to. No, you're gonna fight all the time. This is how it has to be, like that type of mentality, us against the world. So I like what I saw yesterday. Look, I'm not gonna go too crazy. It's the Wizards preseason, but a lot of good things, man. I saw in terms of the play calling, some of the sets they're running. If Fizdale maybe he hasn't opened his bag of books, but one thing I know is that he likes to have guys attract attention, and you pass it back out, you pass it around to the open guy, and that's why shooting is gonna be important, right? You mentioned it yesterday. RJ has to make those shots. He went 2 for 6 from the 3-point line. But I like what I saw. Even with RJ, when he drives to the basket, tough. You see him, watch his hands. He knocks off people's hands. He's driving to the basket. He's tough, man. So look, I like what I saw, man. But I'm not gonna react. But again, goodbye to Knicks. I like what Fizdale's doing. If you could continue to do this, look, we should have a bunch of games where no one should have over 25 points, but say 3 or 4 guys have over 15 points, right? A bunch of guys got rebounds, a lot of hockey assists, a lot of great defense here and there. Guys are fresh. That's the type of team you want. You want a team where everyone's dangerous. So I like what I saw yesterday from the team.
Yeah, definitely. I love what I seen from the team yesterday. And what you said about Randall being able to, drive and kick. I seen and I just did a film breakdown on it where, there's times when he's gonna need to do it sooner, do it quicker, do it earlier. And he's gonna have to learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out. I want to give a big shout out to A Santos for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, my man. You say, first and foremost, shout out to the chat. What's your opinion on Bobby Portis coming in and helping us at the stretch 4 and 5 position? And who's your starting point guard at the beginning of the season? Well, first of all, with Bobby Portis, I think he's gonna be great at that stretch 4 and stretch 5 positions. You know what I mean? Last night, we had to, we used Taj Gibson at that spot, because Bobby Portis was out. So I'm anxious to see what it's gonna look like with Bobby Portis in. You heard Guillermo just talk about spreading the floor from that 3-point shot. Bobby Portis is really going to help us spread the floor. Now, Taj Gibson shot it from 50%. So, you can't complain about that. But it just adds another element to the team, another element, another weapon for Fizdale to use. Bobby Portis can also post. He can hit the mid-range. We'll see what kind of passer he can be. You've seen Taj Gibson played a lot of times. He hand the ball off. You hand the ball off to Wayne Ellington. He can pass. He can set screens. We'll see if Bobby Portis can play in that spot as well as we've seen Taj Gibson play in that spot last night. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying we'll see. I want to see where Bobby Portis brings it on the defensive side. He's got to match the intensity that we seen last night, match what we seen last night. I'm not saying the defense was perfect last night. Obviously, there was a run in the second half, right? The Knicks had a 15. The Knicks had built an 18-point lead. So there was definitely a run in the second half. So, we'll see where Bobby Portis fits in. I'll tell you what, someone's going to have to sit down. I'm guessing it's going to be Taj Gibson, where some of those minutes are taken away. Right? I'm guessing it's going to be Taj Gibson. Someone's going to have to take a seat when Bobby Portis gets back. Yeah, Emmanuel C. Literally 12 to 13 people deep. And yeah, I mean, you're going to have your solid, I think there's going to be a solid 8 to 9 man rotation. And then that 10th player, maybe whoever fits with whoever depends on matchups, that 10th person. And it could be 9 and 10, depends on the matchups that's on the floor. But there's going to be 8 guys that are regulars. Who are those 8 guys? I guess we're going to see. Listen, we know it's going to be Julius Randle. We know it's going to be R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, right? We know it's going to be, maybe those are the 3 guys that you can definitely say we know it's going to be them. I think Wayne Ellington is going to be in that rotation. Some people say, maybe, he's going to be coming off the bench and, getting 10 minutes a game. I doubt it. If he's getting 22 minutes a game, it might be 22 minutes a game. I think Wayne Ellington's in that rotation. Dennis Smith Jr. is in that rotation, I believe. Bobby Portis is in that rotation. Kevin Knox is in that rotation. And then you got Elfrid Payton and Frank Ntilikina. If you're looking at a 9-man rotation, Elfrid Payton and Frank Ntilikina is probably in that 9-man rotation. If Frank Ntilikina plays the way he played last night, that was just one game. Just one game. Right? And then you got Alonzo Trier, you got Damian Dotson. I don't know, I probably missed some people. That 8 through 10, or maybe 9 and 10, it's going to be based on what's happening that night. That's what I believe. What's happening that night, man? What's happening that night? Let me get to, again, hey, Santos, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you for the super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post to my community section. If you're on Sportscaster, follow me on Sportscaster. If you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All right, make sure you share this out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to talk right now because the Knicks won. I'm saying we want to talk. 475 people in here. Do me a favor. Can I get 475 thumbs up? Hit me with those likes, man. Smash that like button. Hit me with those likes. I want to get back to the guys in the chats. Never mind. I got a phone call. Let's get to the phone call. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's going on, man? It's JJ. How's everything, bro?
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Good, thanks. So I just want to talk, about the game last night. To me, the one thing that really stood out to me was Elfrid Payton's defense. I knew he was a solid defender, but he was unbelievable on defense last night.
Yeah, he's pesky, man. He's pesky. And he was dealing with a guy like Ish Smith, who's really fast. And they did a good job keeping
exactly.
Ish Smith.
He's lightning quick.
Yeah. I mean, he got in there a couple of times, but they did a pretty good job keeping Ish Smith out the paint.
Yeah, he can't shoot, so you gotta leave. You gotta just keep him out of the paint. Ish Smith, Yeah.
But,
so if there was one thing that you didn't like, what would it be? If you had to say.
One thing that I didn't like was, there were times when it did get into, especially in the first quarter, some ISO. Marcus Morris did some ISO. Julius Randle. You know what? I'm expecting Julius Randle. He gets the ball in the post. I'm expecting him to ISO and go score if they're not double and triple teaming him. If he's getting double and triple teamed, I want him to kick it out.
Exactly.
Because he's just a bull down there. And Marcus Morris was doing some of his ISO out on the perimeter. Now, he had 17 points and he was hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I noticed when the Knicks really pushed their lead up to double digits is when they went small. That's when the Knicks pushed that lead.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And they played faster. There was more ball movement and man movement. So.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Say when Randall, if he's going to get doubled a lot in the post, so who would you feel most comfortable with him kicking it out to, for the three? Probably Ellington if he's on the floor.
Kevin Knox.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis.
True.
If he's kicking it out to those guys, you got a chance you're going to knock that down.
Kevin
Knox wants to shoot 40% from the field. That's what he said. I mean, 40% from three. That's what he said. He wants to shoot 40% from three.
What did Knox shoot last night? I think 5 for 11 was it? I think.
Well, from three last night. Let's see what he was from three last night. Last night, Kevin Knox was 2 for 6 from three. He was 33%. He was 5 for 12 from the field. But
I'll take that.
Yeah, it was not bad. But he said he wants to shoot 40% from three. Let's see if he can get it there.
Yeah. Let's see. Ellington, though, that was when you saw the clips of him running. He reminds me of Redick and Rip Hamilton. Obviously, he's not as good, but just the constant movement. That's hard to guard. You know.
Yep.
He's just constantly running around. That's teams. That's really difficult to stop. That someone that's moving that much.
Yeah. Now,
to me,
Che Burgess in the chat, you say them runs came when Frank was on the floor. Oh, okay, yes. I thought you were saying the Wizards came. The Wizards run came. No, yes, you're right. I don't know if it was just because Frank was on the floor or he was part of a lineup that fit well together and they were a little bit smaller and they were a little bit more pesky defensively,
Yeah. Frank looked really good. I know he shot 3 of 10, but he looked good to me. I'm not just looking at that right now. His handle looked a lot better. He just looked more confident. His defense, was there as usual. I'm not worried about that with him. But he looked good. I liked the way he looked last night.
Yeah, without a doubt, man.
What point guard do you think is gonna? What small and what big do you think are gonna lose minutes because of all the depth? To me, I say Trier and probably Gibson if I had to pick two.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm not even going to. Sorry about that. Now, I'm not even going to say. It's hard to say. We got to look at the rest of preseason to see how things play out. See what guys are looking like with the rest of preseason.
Do you think with all the depth that we do have that it could, hurt? Some guys, that think they're good players and probably are solid players that won't get big minutes. Do you think that'll I don't know, maybe hurt team chemistry or anything like that? Are you worried about that or no?
I mean, I think about it. I think about it a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that goes, but I do think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I appreciate the call, bro. I know
I
some other people
appreciate
want to
the
call.
time, man.
Yeah, definitely. Have a good one.
You too, man.
Peace. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, give me a call, 516-405-2246. And we got a long-time NBK fan in the building, man. French Unicorn. I haven't seen French Unicorn in a minute, man. Want to get the French Unicorn, see what's popping with this brother. I mean, let's get French Unicorn over here. See what's popping with Frenchie, man. My French, I'm coming to you, man. I'm coming to you, bro. How you feeling, man?
All right.
How you? I'm
What's
good,
up,
man.
Jack?
I'm good. How you like the win last night?
Oh, I was happy, man. Even preseason, I was happy.
Yeah, man.
I saw a lot of things that I was happy about.
Right.
R.J. Barrett, Morris, our defense, a lot of things. I was happy about a lot of things.
Yeah. Now, some of these callers were asking, we're just, the rotation last night. David Fisdale did a good job with the rotation. There's still two guys that haven't even touched the floor yet, didn't suit up. Bobby Portis, Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to have to find a way to put them in, too.
How do we find a way to get those guys in there?
I don't know. I kind of really liked how the offense was run with Frank and Peyton. I really, really like the way they did it. I'm trying to see, is DSJ going to fit in like a glove, or what is he going to do?
But DSJ adds another dimension that Frank and Elfrid Payton don't add because of his ability to, have a lightning type of play. You know what I'm saying? Those guys don't have that, but he can, he brings that aggressiveness to the rim, attacking the rim hard, a little bit more moxie. You know what I'm saying? And, striking a little bit more fear in the opposing players too, from that position. So he definitely brings some.
They're saying his shot came around too. Like Fizz has been saying that he's been hitting the shot in practice nonstop. So if that happens, I mean, I'm kind of in love with our squad, man. I think that we're at least 2 deep everywhere. I think 3 deep at the point guard, 3 deep at the shooting guard.
Yep.
I'm happy. I'm excited. I can't wait. And the funny thing is, Sim, I was in D.C. all weekend long, and I got tickets. My brother got tickets to go to the game Monday, and I just couldn't close up shop, and I didn't go. They all went.
Ah, man.
And I'm the biggest Knicks fan out of all of them, and I didn't get a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can get up to the next one, man. I think the next
time.
I'm
going to be there. I'm going to be there for the real game in D.C. Definitely 100.
I think that's December the 28th, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's 2, right? The first one's in December, and then I think there's another one.
Then there's another one, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at both of those.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, hopefully we link up this time.
Yeah, hopefully so, man.
If you don't get a box, let me know, and I'll get you a ticket into my box.
All right. Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll work on it, man. Definitely.
Yeah. You have a good summer, Sim?
Had a great summer, man. Had a great summer. I
watch all your content. I don't want you to think because I don't get on, I don't watch.
I know, man. I know you're busy, man. You got, got a business to run, man. I know it's work, man. I got a business to run,
and I'm opening up a second business here soon.
Okay.
I'm in negotiations now.
All right. Congrats on that, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Yeah. I'm going to open inside, you know how they have the bodegas? I'm going to be like the chicken man. I'm going to rent a little spot off of them and start cooking.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats. Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Marty Knicks.
Yeah, Marty Knicks in the building.
It's been a minute, man. I miss all you guys.
Yeah.
But like I said, I watch all your shows. I don't want you to think I ever missed anything.
I get it, man. No worries, man. I get it.
Yeah.
But basically, ladies and gentlemen, those are the themes coming out of last night's win over the Washington Wizards. You know what I'm saying? Those are the themes coming out of last night. Already some things that we've got to take into the season. We talked about a little bit about Marcus Morris. If you didn't get to see the game, and maybe this is your only chance to get to see a highlight or something like that. I do want to show where Marcus Morris did some ISO, but I also want to show where I was surprised that Marcus Morris had as much game off the dribble. Honestly, I didn't know Marcus Morris had this much game off the dribble. And I'm pleasantly surprised, but also a little bit worried. You know what I'm saying? That he's going to sometimes get into an ISO mode. You know what I mean? If he's going to get into an ISO mode, I want him to do it down there in the post where he's a dog down there. And you're going to see what I'm talking about in this clip coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because in the post, man, I mean, he just throws his body into people. You know what I'm saying? He just throws his body. So let's go back to Chalk Talk for one hot second. All right? And we're going to talk about Marcus Morris just a little bit. All right? Just a little bit. We're going to talk about Marcus Morris and his ability to go off the dribble. Because I didn't know. I mean, I knew he could do it in the post, but I didn't know he did it as much on the perimeter, as you're going to see. And he did it last night. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a look. We're going to take a look at Marcus Morris right here. And obviously, you see Marcus Morris right here getting the ball in the post. And Julius Randle, once again, being the facilitator, getting that ball down to Marcus Morris in the post. All right. And, let's take a look at this bully game. This is bully game right here, folks. Bully game. You see him. Boom. Bully. Just bang. Just throws his body. Now, let me give it up to Rui Hachimura, though. Because he played tough. I like Rui Hachimura. Well, that's not Rui Hachimura. I thought that was Rui Hachimura guarding him. That was Anderson. I guess him and Anderson were getting on each other's nerves. But once again, man, you see him just bull his way into the cup. That's big stuff right there. Right now you're going to see here, this is where, I get it, he scored. But sometimes it was a little bit too much dribble. This right here is going to be it's a nice fadeaway shot in the corner, right? Not the best of shots, but okay. Now here, you're going to see, dribble. Get a shot. And maybe this was designed. You see everybody spread out on the perimeter. Maybe it was designed this way. I don't know. But hey, he knocks it down. And it's surprising to me. See, boom, boom, boom. Nice rhythm. And then he pulls it, knocks it down. Everybody on the perimeter. I'll be watching to see if this is something that happens continuously, where Marcus Morris gets caught with the ball in his hands on the perimeter going dribble. Or if it's, something that they design. You know what I mean? But hey, he had 17 points. 50% from the field. Can't argue too much. You know what I mean? Can't argue too much. Let me get to a phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping? Hello? You there?
No.
Hey, what's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
What's up, bro? I want to talk about KD.
KD?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this one quick, man, 'cause I don't really have too much to say about Kevin Durant, but so keep it quick.
Now, why the hell is that dude trashing the Knicks? Like, come on. Holland is not cool. This is a dude that spent his 31st birthday playing basketball in Dave & Buster's. I don't want to hear it. That dude need to shut his mouth.
Yo, I don't know why. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He was on Hot 97. I guess they asked him a question. He answered it, You know what I mean? But, we got something for him we got something for him. We got something for him when we play. We going to be all right. Well, I mean, he's not playing this year anyway, but he'll be all right. We'll be all right when we get at him.
That's all I got to say.
What'd you say?
That boy better watch himself. RJ Barrett come dunking on his ass.
Well, it won't be this year because Kevin Durant's not going to be playing, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I appreciate the call, bro.
All right, bro.
Peace. Kevin Durant. You heard what Kevin Durant said. The Knicks not cool. We going to find out. You know what I'm saying? He's acting like Brooklyn did something already. Brooklyn didn't do anything yet. I'm saying Brooklyn ain't do anything. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, man, I appreciate you guys for jumping on me today. I am going to be on tomorrow. I was going to do a preview of tomorrow's game. I was going to do it right after this, but I decided to just do it tomorrow. So I'm going to jump on tomorrow during the day and do a preview. You know what I'm saying? And then Thursday we'll take a little bit of a break, and then Friday we'll be back on. All right. Let me get to a phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Yo, what's up, Tim?
Yo, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro.
How you feeling about last night? You got something on your mind from last night?
Oh yeah, man. Hey, so First, I want to say that I think the veterans, man. I think we gotta give that win to them, just for the simple fact that we got the right group of veterans around. If this was last year's team, when Washington made that run on the comeback, we probably would have killed over and, you know what I mean, lost that game.
Yeah, I agree with you there. You might be right, man. You
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think having those right group of guys with that toughness gave us a little bit extra to you know what I'm saying, a little bit of extra motivation for the guys that played more defense. Because last year's veterans, that wouldn't have happened, bro. They would have ran us out. They would have came back and ran us out the gym, and we would have lost that game by like we did all year, by like less than 10 points.
Let me ask you this: how'd you feel about Morris hitting the guy in the head with the ball?
I think. I think he made a bonehead choice to do, but at the end of the day, if he's gonna do something like that, do it in the garden, man. Do it where we really gonna appreciate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't do it on the road. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do it at the garden where everybody gonna stand up, cheer you on for it. Like, although it was a bonehead, but like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna show out like that, show out at home, baby. That's all.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you, man. So, City, let me ask you, what are you looking for the next game? I am gonna do a pregame tomorrow, or a preview tomorrow of the Knicks Wizards on Friday. That way it can rock. That video can rock for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? But what are you looking forward to see next preseason game?
Next preseason game, I'm looking to see us tighten it up more on defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to see Ellington come off with some more curls, some more screens, and I'm looking to see if Portis is playing. I want to see him in some pick and rolls coming off some screens, because he can hit the three and stuff like that. So I'm looking to see us tighten things up a little bit.
Okay.
And if we get out to a lead, let's see our offense maintain the lead.
Okay. All right. And look, I'm gonna tell you what the Wizards are going to be coming to play. You know what I'm saying? They took a L. They're gonna want to get a win. I don't care, even though it's preseason, they're playing the same team back to back. They want to come and get a win. You know what I mean? So we'll see how the Knicks respond, because they may come out with a little bit more intensity. We'll see how the Knicks respond to that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think they definitely gonna come at us because we're gonna be at home, And like you said, although it's preseason, preseason means a lot. Believe it or not, man. Preseason means where you start to build your character. Like, you just don't jump off into the first game and be like, okay, this is who we are. No, we gotta start our identity right now.
Nah, I feel you. We start building that. We start building that identity right now, without a doubt. But hey, City, man, I'm gonna let you rock. The next time that I'm gonna be on in the evening time, because now that we're playing basketball games, I'll be on when the basketball games are on. So tomorrow I'll be on during the day as I do a preview, and then Thursday I won't be on, but you might get a video or two. Or you might get a video Thursday. We'll see. But then Friday, I'll be on after the game.
All right.
All right. So, yeah.
Yeah, brother.
You know what I mean? So, hey, City, I appreciate you, my friend. And I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, man.
All right, peace. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, chat, I'm coming to you. And real quick, this is all I want from you real quick, is to tell me what you want to see in the next preseason game, the next game versus the Wizards. Tell me what you want to see. Well, let me get one more phone call, and then I'll get to you, chat. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, man, how's it going? I just, I'm a little concerned. Not really concerned because, RJ's still young and everything, but, what do you think about his jump shot? Do you think that's something that could be improved? I also see that he's struggling from the free throw line as well. Also, do you think that Fizdale's throwing too much at him? maybe he should be coming off the bench. Maybe
mean,
Frank could start, or maybe Trier could start. What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, he had 17 points last night, right? Last night R.J. Barrett had 17 points. He shot 46% from the field, 33% from three. Now, he shot 46% from the field. Obviously, he made some layups. His shot isn't broken, so I do think that will it be this season? I don't know, but with the right work, and I believe he has work ethic, he'll start knocking down some of those mid-range shots and things like that. But I can't, sit here and say he should come off the bench because he had 17 points and he shot at 46% from the field. Now I am concerned about that starting lineup's ability to spread the floor, right? Because they do have some ability to spread the floor. But I believe that I don't know if the jump shot is going to come around this season. It's going to be something he's going to have to work on. May not come around this season. There'll be some games where he's hitting it. There'll be some games where he's not hitting it. And I don't think it's going to be anything that's consistent this season. But I'm not worried about him. I think he's smart and he's crafty and has a good basketball IQ.
Yeah, no, he definitely does, because I saw that he adjusted in the third quarter. He started driving it in and dishing it and stuff like that. But that first half maybe could be nerves, but he was settling a lot. I mean, I think I think his first 3 or 4 attempts were from outside the arc. So, I mean, when your jump shot is not that strong, you have to start kind of either looking to dish or looking to, get to the basket. So, I mean, obviously, like I said, he's 19. I think we got the feel of the draft, but, I just don't want to throw too much at him.
Yeah, no, I get you. I feel you. Now, I will say some of those shots in the first half were because he was like the ball swung or they skipped it to him or whatever it was, or they drove and kicked. He had no choice but to pull those because he was wide open. And, he's going to be wide open from three a lot. Him and Kevin Knox.
Knox can hit it, though.
Yeah, Knox can hit it. Knox can hit it. I'm hoping he's going to shoot 40% this year, man. I'm hoping.
Right, man.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the call, bro.
I appreciate the call.
No doubt. Have a good one. Peace.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get to the video chat. I'm about to close up shop for the day. I just want to get you guys real quick as your last words to tell me what you want to see in the next preseason game. All right. So, Mark, I'm coming to Mark, I'm coming to you. All right. Tell me, Mark, what do you want to see in this last preseason game, man?
Wait, this is the last preseason game?
Well, the next preseason game. I'm sorry. What do you want to see in the next preseason game?
Me, I want to see Iggy play. I don't want him to play RJ 39 minutes, even though I didn't realize he played 39 minutes last night. I just want to see Iggy in the system, how he would fare, how he could use his skill set. I want to see him play more, and I just want to see consistent defensive rotations like I saw last night. He was guarding Ish Smith. Holy crap!
Yeah, they did a good job. They did a really good job.
They kept him out the paint. Honestly, last night I did not complain. That's how I used to complain. They kept them suckers out of the paint.
Yeah, they did a really good job keeping them out the paint. And Ish Smith is hard to keep out the paint.
Listen, you know what I didn't like, Sam? I didn't like when they were going over the pick on Ish Smith. I didn't like that. They need to be a little smart when it comes to the point guards who they go against and who to go over the pick and who to go under the pick. You don't go over on Ish Smith.
Right. No, I agree with you.
But other than that, just give me the defensive consistent rotation. The offense is going to come because you've seen a lot of the plays that he was running. Got guys open shots. Guys was taking the shots other than pump faking and dribbling it on their own. When you get the ball, just launch it. Just launch it. I'm fine with it. But just give me the consistency, the defensive rotation, where to be. And listen, I love when the defense was creating the offense last night. We got so many fast break points, more than I ever seen from a Knicks team in the last few years. So keep that up. Just keep that up. Keep that up. And I just want Frank to just keep launching those shots. Just keep launching.
Doubt.
I don't care.
No doubt.
Keep launching. And I like what he's doing when he's coming off the pick and roll. He's taking that mid-range shot.
Yep.
He needs to perfect that. He needs to prefer that because he could get to his spot. Get to a spot. And if he does that, it could mix up his game very well and keep the defense honest when it comes to him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So last night was a good night. Keep them suckers out the paint, and Mark will be a happy camper.
All right, and we want Mark to be a happy camper because for you guys who are new, you better subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss Mark when he's not a happy camper. Trust me. Subscribe to that channel right now because when Mark ain't happy, whoo, you know what I'm saying? You just never know. French, man, tell me, what do you want to see the next preseason? The next preseason game.
I'd like to see Frank, since we're playing Washington again, and it's the same guys we're going. I'd like to see Frank start.
Okay. Do you think he's gonna? Do you think there's gonna be a lineup change? Not because anyone did anything wrong, but just because he wants to see some other people.
Himself said that he's going to tweak and look and just to see how things go. I mean, Frank was the best plus minus on the team, so I don't think that anybody would criticize Fizdale if he did the move. And again, my logic is we're playing the same exact team. Let's see what a different point guard will look like. Now, obviously, if Frank doesn't start off well, you could always bring in Payton. And if DSJ is healthy, we're going to obviously minutes for him too.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'd like to see Frank start. I like what Frank did, even though he wasn't. His shooting percentage needs to be better. He needs to be more efficient. There's no doubt. But he's letting it go. He's running the offense. He's playing great D. He's orchestrating the offense. Do you see how he pushes players to their spots?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for somebody 21 years old, that's very impressive. You have to have a very high IQ to not only know where you're supposed to be, but push the other guy to his spot. Say, hey, this is where you belong. I love that.
Yeah. All right. My fault, French. I cut you off. Roz, what do you want to see in the next preseason game, man?
I just want to piggyback for what French said. We're facing the same team, so I want what could have been. You know, I know that once Morris got ejected last game, we lost a lot. We got lost in control. We got lost on who's playing what. So I just want them to beat the crap out of the Wizards. The Wizards are not like a top tier team. This is a team that we should be winning, by more than 30 points. I also want to see Iggy and I want to see Trier more into the game. Like the league right now, they're upset that we got Morris. I feel like we got to get ready for the first game that we're facing the Spurs. I want to punch the Spurs in the face. So it's just working on more defense, making sure that the loose balls. I don't want to see a loose ball more than 3 seconds and nobody knows when to get it. Frank is doing the little things like making other players look good. Sometimes we don't look at his offense too much, but he's making sure that if you miss a shot and then he goes to the other side, he blocks somebody, now he gives you the ball. So a lot of people don't realize that he's doing a good function as a guard, even though he's giving us the big production.
Yeah. All right. And
Taj Gibson, yeah, you're right. French. Taj Gibson, he's a homegrown talent. So him giving the I think he was doing the call me sign. That was a lot of swagger. He showed a lot of swagger playing for the New York Knicks. Mark just said that KD lives in Manhattan. So let's prove those Brooklyn guys that we are the New York team. That's a New Jersey team. That's a Vince Carter. That's a New Jersey team. That's gentrification New York. That's not the real New York. So don't let them try to switch the agenda, talk about the Knicks. And by the way, there's 500 people watching. We need more likes. We need 200 likes, 250 likes. We need half of the people that are looking and watching this on the chat. Make sure you give that like button. Support Nothing But Knicks. Swag.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. And Andy, I'm coming to you, man. Coming to you, Andy. What do you want to see in this next game?
Yes, Tim. Well, team-wise, I want to keep up the good defense and rebounding because they were rebounding the ball really good in the first half and the second half. I could pass with that game also. So that was one of the keys for the game for me. What I would fix is they got to be more stable with the lead because we had like twice the over 10, 14, even 18 points lead, and we lost it. So
Right.
we got to do a little bit better job on that. On a personal, personally with players, I agree on Frank with Mark and with French Unicorn. They nailed it on the head. I'm not going to even add one word there. With Randall, I didn't hear you mention it, but there were two plays that he just let the guys walk in the paint where he could just cut a guy. And Morris, I think Morris had a word with him in the locker room about that, because they were talking about bringing back the '90s mentality and stuff like that. And Randall, like there was two times a situation that he just let the guy pass through him because he didn't want to take the foul and stuff like that. So I think that's got to be fixed. And on the different, personal thing, I think that Fizz is gonna play, since it's the same team we're playing, Washington, the Wizards. I think he's gonna let Iggy and probably Trier play a little bit more, and I'm gonna be happy with that, unless he's gonna go with five, guys that didn't get burned even in the first game.
Right.
I don't want to see, like the full new five and stuff like that. I understand he can tweak the lineups and play a couple of guys here, a couple of guys there, but you don't do like the five guys that didn't play in the first game. You just plug them in the second game. That's a bad thing. And on the off topic, shout out to the guys that gave the cash on the chat. Ace Santos, you're a good guy, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, definitely, Ace Santos. Appreciate you, man. What do you attribute to the Knicks giving up those leads?
You know what? It was tricky because I was thinking about it before we got those even big leads. That the game was looking. I don't know if maybe I was excited because it was the Knicks game after a long time. But I was looking at the game, and when you're looking at the game and you like forget about the score from the progress of the game, you would think that we had a over 20 point lead. We were looking way better than the Wizards. But then you look at the scoreboard and it's like, okay, it's 8, it's 10, it's 12, but it should be like over 20 because we were looking that much better than them. So and also they lost a little bit composure. They lost the head. It's not only about Morris. The guys should group in, talk about it. In a fast huddle and stuff like that. I was surprised Fizz didn't break the run, because the run at the beginning of the third quarter was really fast. I get it, that was 10 points, like 10-2 or something like that, but you got to break that faster if you're a coach.
Yeah. And you know what I wanted to see Fizz do last night? He had an opportunity to do it. It's preseason. I wanted to see him practice that challenge call.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him practice it. Might as well.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't see a situation that he could like, maybe there were like 2 or 3 situations, but it wasn't like a game-changing one.
Right.
So I think he just didn't use it because it wasn't so like blatant like the one that Brooksley used, because that he had a point on that RJ drive, and like I think like the I don't know if you didn't listen because you were at the game live, but Wally was with Breen. They were laughing that if that would be LeBron, they wouldn't overrule the call.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So Brooke was like, okay, I got this one because I got it on the rookie.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, man, I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure what time. I got to figure out a consistent time that when I am on during the day, I'm on at that time. Obviously, I'm not on during the day every day, but I'm doing these day things more often. And so far, the response has been pretty good. I think people like, being able to listen to it while they're at work. You get to listen to it, during the evening, not 5 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. So, it seems to work out pretty good, but
yeah, I'll be happy to join in tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, man, to do a preview of the game. So I appreciate
Tim,
you, man.
When I still have you on, remember we got to do those fantasy leagues, man. It's getting hot.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
I will make sure that I have those ready Friday. I'll make sure I have them ready Friday so we can get them out. Definitely.
Yeah, and I'm only talking about that because last time there wasn't a place for me, so I'm going to be the first one to sign up.
Okay. All right, Andy. I'll talk to you later, man.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, man.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, we will have some fantasy leagues, man. Last year we had about 4 fantasy leagues. We did the draft online. It was fun. It was a good time. So we'll do it again. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, man, down to the end of the show. Thank you guys for joining me. But before I go, I do want to say what I want to see from the game on Friday. Now, obviously, I'm going to have a preview tomorrow. All right, I'm going to do a preview tomorrow. You'll get the notification. So make sure you're subscribed so you can get that notification. All right. I'm going to do a preview tomorrow where I break down, the game and talk about some things that I'd like to see. But, just as a primer, I want to look at the rotations a little bit more. Right? Continue to see the rotation. I do want to see Zoe play because I want to see if Zoe can do some of the things. Zoe is not Ellington, but if he can add some of those aspects into his game, it's going to help. Right? So I want to see Zoe play. I want to see Iggy play. Okay? I want to see Julius Randle be a little bit more patient. I felt he was a little bit impatient. I want to see him be a little bit more patient. So he can drive and kick and he can recognize when and where the double teams are coming. I hope that Bobby Portis and Dennis Smith Jr. play so we can see them guys get on the floor. All right. I want to see, you got 2 days of practice. I want to see them get the cuts a little bit sharper. Make those screens a little bit stronger or setting them well, setting good screens. Right. The passes, running the plays a little bit tighter. Obviously, those things aren't going to be as tight. It's the first preseason game, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a little bit loose. But I want to see it getting tighter, getting better. You know what I mean? Those are some of the things that I'm looking for. Of course, I want to see the continued defense, continue to rebound the basketball. Those type of things, man. All right, but we'll get more. We're going to get more in depth tomorrow when we go over the preview. All right. I appreciate you guys, man. I really appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. All right. If you're on Sportscaster and you're watching, follow me. If you're on Twitter, follow me. All right. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Look for the notification. All right. Enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. We got until Friday to enjoy this victory. There's going to be a lot of content that comes out, not just from me, but from a lot of people that talk about this win and things that they've seen. So enjoy it, man. I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.
That's the G.